I read a biography of Quentin Tarantino once, and his best friend said, thank goodness he ended up being a movie director and scriptwriter, otherwise he would have been a mass murderer. So I like to think that artists would have been terrible human beings if they hadn't been artists, you know. The creative part of the brain has got these deep roots into the unconscious and puts things together in strange ways, in poetic ways, to help us understand what's going on in the world. Creativity is there to help us explore who we are and puts you in touch with what's happening to you so that you live more deeply.
I'm a stitcher, and I use my art as a way of making sense of my life. With the up and down movement, the rhythmic movement, is a very quietening work. You are in the present, you are in the moment, you sit and you stitch. You have a lot of time to think. Becoming mindful of what's going on through my head and slowing it down a bit.
The creating process in the workshop is the way of philosophy for me. I can't think a lot, just sitting and working things out in my head. I must do it together with my hands. My hands will communicate my thoughts better than my voice would do. I not always see the problems, but I can always feel it. And one day I can see things that I couldn't see the older days.
Our egos are little corks floating on the ocean. What we know in our identity is this small, and the unconscious is that big. So you've got this massive resource of the unconscious, and we are trained, I think, by our society not to trust the unconscious. If you value your own creativity as a huge resource to help you process your own life and anxiety, you'd come to terms with your life. You come to accept the things that happen to you.
I was bullied as a child. It was very sad that time. I can still cry about it. When you have a sad memory, it's a scar that remains in your heart, and it's the same as paper. Once you crease it, it remains, it never goes away. But you can use that line to make another shape. In a way, it's necessary to have that crease. So you make a use of what lines and points they are, and we can create something out of what you've got.
I've recently been through a very traumatic time. I couldn't see a way out of this situation. And writing was the thing that got me through, actually. that contains you when you are flung apart with anxiety. Because in writing, you can be characters that you would never be in your normal life. So on the page, you're exploring, it's kind of a part of yourself that you wouldn't really let out. And things start happening on the page which you can never get to in your logical brain. You never know what's going to arrive from the unconscious because you're not working with what you know. You don't have to process it necessarily through words. You can process it through an image. Take it to the clay or do a collage, and then you have a conversation with what you don't know about your own anxiety.
There is something redemptive about making art and cathartic, by externalizing those things that you cannot express any other way. That you can pin things down, that you can stitch things in. If it is now emotions or if it is thoughts, you've made something out of something that might just have been sitting inside you or worrying you. It's a way of working things out.
You can use too much time just watching what others do and forgetting that life is something you create yourself. And if you just sit and let other people think for you, produce for you, you lose your life. In my work with wood, I think I have found back to that feeling of being in the play, not just standing outside and looking. I can have one day left in my life, and I can have some more years. That's not the point. The point is the now. The now is, in a way, life.
Paper is a metaphor for life. You only have one piece of paper, like you only have one life. It's very important that I had that painful experience as a child. Because of that, I can relate to children who are sad. So I'm able to use that painful memory for something better. Teaching origami, what I want to create is that awareness that our situation can transform. Just like a paper, I want them to have a sense of hope, that they can do something with their own lives. We just need to believe that it will transform because nothing stays the same.
We valued our own creativity for its own sake, for our own mental health's sake. I think the world would look like a very different place.
I can always choose to make something better, to be able to encourage.
Life is an adventure. You need to open your heart for it.
Just trust in life and stitch. It will be fine.
Thanks to all of you who helped make this film possible. All of our films are totally crowdfunded. So if you'd like to continue to support us on our journey, check out our Green Renaissance page on Patreon.